Hello, what's up, everybody? Trying this out on. Ooh, I kind of like that there. It's kind of nice. What's up, everybody? Can you guys hear me all right? All right, there we go. Trying this out on the Dorkly channel this time around. We were doing some live streams on the Lowbrow channel. And of course on Twitch. We're starting to stream like 3 times a week. I do weekends. Justin, who does our comics, he does a couple times a week. He'll do some like drawing stuff, play some games. It's good stuff. All right, let's see. So what I'm doing today, I am just going through doing some character designs for this week's Dorkly bit. I'm still getting set up here a little bit. Hang with me. All right. Who remembers Jake and Amir? I do. They're still doing stuff. They got like a whole podcast network or something. What's going on, everybody? What is going on? Greetings and salutations. Strasbourg Productions? What's going on, guys? Dylan, you live in a shed? Is it a nice shed? So what I'm doing now, I'm just doing a little bit of character design. We're going to do a little bit of a bit. This whole week's going to be like just focusing on sport games. Sport games sounds weird. It's that one guy from one episode of Son for Hire when they go to the real world. That's me. Use that model. Backyard baseball, that's right. So we're going to do a little backyard baseball in this week's Dorkly bit. Gonna do what else we got? It's all sports stuff this week. Gonna do some Maddens. A little bit of Wii Bowling, I think, is in there. Some other ones I forgot. I still got to write it out. So I was checking if this stream is real. Stream is real. It is real. Is it real? All right. So I got to draw like a dad here. Like these guys have funny designs. So this dad is going to go in this week's episode, but I got to create him. I don't like how thick that whole thing is there. Let's see. Ooh, that's why. Let's do that. No, this isn't pre-recorded. It's live. Hence, I just responded to your comment there, Musica. What's up, Matt? I miss Clocksuckers too. I don't know what I'm going for with this dude. He's just going to be like a annoying sports dad. I'm just doing a super rough sketch here. You should do a bit about big rigs over the road racing. I don't know that game. All right. What was your idea, Strasbourg? I missed it. Mortal Kombat will come back eventually. we have it planned out. We wrote like 3 episodes for this new season. But I got to finish Sonic first, and this is taking forever because Dorkly eats up a whole lot of my time. So kind of eats into that and client work, take up a lot of stuff. Dorkly sprites are the ultra beasts. Thanks, man. A lot of that credit goes to the people who ripped those sprites, but we do a lot of customization and stuff too. So, but so many of those things are from like Sparta's Resource, and those dudes prep all that stuff, which is awesome. Force that busty anime girl Mario was turned into to jump over the gap and go skydiving. Oh, I know which one you're talking about there. I think I know which one you're talking about. Let's see. Good days. Give him a Strickland baseball cap. What's a Strickland baseball cap? This dude needs big bushy eyebrows. King of the Hill, star with the flame in the middle. Oh, gotcha. I gotta look up the logo. Gotcha. So like this. Something like that. I'm probably gonna have to keep it pretty detail light though. Just make him hand kill. Yeah. I know. I gotta make him like a bit of like more of a douche. More of a douchey guy. He's gonna be living vicariously through his kid. Let's see. Maybe I should just give him a whole beard. I don't really know totally where I'm going with this character quite yet, so it might take a little bit. This might be it though. Something like this. So I'm gonna just start out with a sketch, super rough like this, for reference, and then go into Flash and get them all pixelated and whatnot. All right, let's see. I don't know if I'm liking this dude just yet though. He doesn't look annoying enough. Might be the hat. I think he's trying too hard with the hat. Let's see. Yeah, that might have been it. Maybe the hat backwards was too much. Let's try it. Let's try at least one with the hat front ways. This game's got some big exaggerated stuff going on, so maybe it's like make him bald. Let's see if that works. Give him like the horseshoe. I'm gonna get him too old because he's like the kid is a little kid, right? So he wouldn't be that old. But maybe he's got a little bit of a horseshoe going. Something like that, maybe. Let's get in there a little bit. It feels all right too, because these kids have gigantic noggins. So I am the voice of Tails. Chewing tobacco. Let's see. Something like that, maybe. A little bit of chaw. Get rid of this shit. Let's try something like, yeah, some lines on his forehead. That'd be good. Good suggestions, chat. Thank you. Something like this. Something like this. This is all a big mess right now, but I'm just roughing everything in. It'll get cleaned up. It'll get cleaned up. Some lines on his forehead. Like that. Getting there, getting there. What's up, Sebastian? Is your idea worth the video? Yeah, I mean, anything Mario is great. I got to rewatch that anime one that you're talking about. That was one of the last ones that the previous Dorkly owners had done. So like the anime stuff is not my forte necessarily. So, but we'll see. Never say never. That's looking pretty good so far, I think. This dude looks like this could be his dad, right? I don't know if it's going to necessarily be this kid, but he's going to come out there and he's going to be annoying. I don't think I'm going to get his whole body in here, but I got to get his upper body at least. Sebastian, I'm taking it from your name. You're an animator? Send, I don't know if I can give out, I don't think I can post my link stuff, but if you go to lowbrowstudios.com, there's an email there if you want to send like if you have like a demo reel. If you have a demo reel, send that over. I'll check it out. You customize the Ultra Beasts. I don't know the Ultra Beasts. What's up, Motherly Femboy? Do you support gay rights? Of course. All right, let's see. I'm going to shrink this dude's head down. You're still learning? That's cool. Nothing. Got to start somewhere. I'm still learning. All right, these characters, this dude's not going to have a neck. I'm going to leave it at that. Something like this. That's too big. Pretty simple. These characters are pretty simple. What's up, Walster? Do we ever need writers? Sometimes I do. It's mostly me writing nowadays. But every once in a while, I do need help with stuff. Yeah, Mario ROM hack. Sorry, that's the one. Yeah. That's the one. Let's give this dude like a little kind of similar shirt than this kid. Let's get his head, keep his head big. It's kind of the motif, right? Something like that. Timestamp guy, what up, what up? What's going on? Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Batman. Batman's here. Holy shit. All right, let's do this. What do these guys' legs look like? Nothing special? Let's do something like this. Pretty basic. I'm going to kind of just have this dude slide in. I'm not really going to have him animate because I'm not going to have enough time to fully animate this dude. If you did a Dead Rising Pokemon Snap crossover. Dead Rising. I haven't played Dead Rising well. I don't think I've ever played Dead Rising, but I know what you're talking about. I haven't like seen it in a while, I should say. Let me give this dude arms like this. I'm gonna have to make a couple different arms for this guy eventually, but kind of just real basic, something like that. Hands on hips, can't go wrong. Something like that. All right, let me. This chaw's not going to be like his only mouth. I got to get like other mouths in here. Come on. Where you at? Let's do this. Let's do, you know what? Fuck it. I know it's going to be a beard. I'm going to just get rid of all this shit for now. That'll get colored in. I just need the basic idea of where his stuff is. Right. Let's go easy on the language guys in the chat and the hate speech, huh? Let's not do that. Appreciate it. What's up, Clifford? These guys all have big mouths. Something like this. I think that's all right. This dude looks annoying, which is good. All right, I think that's gonna work. And let me make a quick little mouth chart for this dude. What's up, Meowku? Meowku Nation? What's up? Thanks for joining. Thanks for stopping in. All right, so he's only going to be frowning. I'm just making quick mouths here for reference. Thanks, Ask Jeeves. You said it. This is a nice chill Sunday draw stream. I'm going to animate a little bit for a different project later. I got like client work stuff to do. I always have client work stuff to do. So this is Dorkly to start, but then I got to move over to some client stuff. But it's still animation and stuff. It's just a different project. I'm doing good. How's it going, Meowku? Hope I'm pronouncing it right. Doing good, nice and chill. It's nice weather here. Can't complain. Just got. I don't like this mouth. I'm just gonna do like bean mouths. I think that's gonna be easy. Creator, what's up? Yuio? I'm not pronouncing that correct. I'm imagining, but thanks for stepping in. I'm gonna just do mouths like this, the bean mouth stuff. All right. I'm not gonna waste time drawing that then. So let's do this. Let's bring this over. I'm gonna open up Flash. Will Mario's plotline in Sonic for Hire ever be touched on again? He's my favorite character, and I'm curious on that. So, L, thanks for asking. In this season, this ever ongoing season, what is it, 9? Yeah, it comes up. Like, we're wrapping up his storyline. He is dead. And it's really just about who killed him. So that's going to kind of be what's left of this season is like who killed Mario. There's a lot of suspects. And we're just trying to figure out like the tidiest way to kind of wrap all that stuff up together. Excuse me. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. But he does come up again. And in classic Sonic fashion, Sonic for Hire fashion, you know, nobody stays dead in Sonic for Hire. So it's kind of a automatic that he'll be back at some point when we do another season. Let's see. Catching up on stuff here. Tricky Jeebus, what's up? You're here wondering why you guys don't do Metal Slug. That is a good question. I was actually just thinking that the other day. That's funny. We use Metal Slug sprites and stuff for like explosions because that animation is so sweet. So like we use that a lot in Sonic for Hire because it's like such cool big explosions. The thing I think that the reason why we don't do Metal Slug stuff is because those sprites are really nice and complex, and it makes it difficult to like customize. A lot of times when we're doing sprites, we're starting from an existing sprite sheet, but then we are customizing a lot of stuff, like chopping it all up and making new arms and hands and stuff. So when it's like a really complex or just nice looking, nicely animated thing, it's harder to work with quickly. Like if we have enough time, if there's like a little bit of extra time to build out something, then we'll do it. But like the Metal Slug sprites are so kind of nice and intricate that it's just tough to do. I think the only time we've used them, or Alex used them, Alex, our main animator, is I think he used one of the guys' base bodies, I think, in like an old Ninja Turtles one. I could be wrong about that, but it looked like that. All right, so now I'm in Animate. I call it Flash. So if you hear me calling it Flash, I mean Animate. This is where we do all of our animation and where we like customize sprites and stuff. So right now I'm using a custom pixel tool that we've used forever. It was made by somebody, I think his name was Charlie, like a million years ago. And we've been using it ever since. So I'm just doing like a super, super rough shape here for this dude's head. These backyard baseball sprites are pretty simple. So I just want to get like the base kind of shape together. And then I'll go in and kind of clean stuff up a little bit more. Like that, I think. Hey, Strasburg, thanks for stopping by, man. What's up, everybody? Dorkly's Mario should have been the voice for the Super Mario Brothers movie. I know, that's classic. Clint Gage has been doing it forever. Clint is pro. Hatsune Miku? I don't know who that is. Who are you voicing in your cartoon universe? Me personally, I do a lot of the voices. My regular voice is Tails. I'm also Eggman, and I do Knuckles, Fraying, and Bite. I do a bulk of like the Sonic for Hire ones, Thunderhead, and then like other miscellaneous ones. But then it's like Alex does Earthworm Jim. Mike William is Sonic, of course. Mike William and I created Sonic for Hire, and we co-write all the episodes. Let's see. And then for like regular Dorkly stuff, it's just whatever voice we kind of need. Whoever fits a character. Usually our bits have like 3 or 4 characters in it, in each bit. So we'll just try to like even that out a little bit. Everybody does maybe 1 or 2 voices in each episode, that kind of thing. Yeah, Mike Williams is the best Sonic voice for sure. Who don't I voice? This one's going pretty quick. I like it because it's like they don't get too fancy with the line work on these in this game. I noticed it's kind of just like a single row of lines, which is nice. This is kind of a tedious part here. I don't want these double corners here because it makes it look heavier. So I'm just getting rid of those. Oh man, I've been showing Photoshop this whole time. God damn it, I'm sorry. Son of a bee. Sorry, guys. I've been doing work in this whole other thing this whole other time. Sorry. You guys are missing out. Thanks for the heads up. I got too many things open. Son of a bitch. There we go. Sorry about that. All right. Bringing it into Flash. Sorry. Who voiced Sonequa? That is also me. I'm going to save my voice because Sonequa murders my throat now. I can't do it anymore, but it's just it's avocado. Like that's me fake screaming it, but I'm only good for like a couple lines for Sonequa, and then my voice is just shot. Sorry about that. It's so stupid. You guys are just watching a fucking blank or whatever, just a static Photoshop page for 15 minutes while I did this stuff. Let me just do this. Piece them all together. That's faster. What's up, Plush Fun? I am creating a sprite for this week's Dorkly bit. We're doing all sports stuff this week. Another entry for realistic video games. So we have a sponsor for this week that is sports themed, or it's for a sports game, top 11. So we are trying to just like cater the video to the sponsor whenever we can. And we haven't ever really done like a full sports themed video, like compilation or anything like that. We've done some every once in a while, but so I'm just jumping in and out of like different sports games. One of them being backyard baseball. We got backyard baseball. We're gonna do Madden's, Golden Tee, and I think Wii Bowling. I think are the group that we're doing. I gotta write it like tonight because we are in production for tomorrow. Oh, wait, wrong channel. This is Dorkly. What are you talking about? We were streaming a couple times over the past week on the Lowbrow channel, just sort of as like a test, and wanted to try it out on Dorkly proper today. So we might keep it on here. I don't really know how this messes with the algorithm or whatever, but we'll see. All right, so there's the dad's head shape. That feels decent, I think. Hang on, let me bring over one of these kids and just see how this works. This feels all right. They don't have any outlines. All right, that's good to know. Or they kind of do. I sound exactly like Tails. It's just my normal voice. I do nothing special for that. Other voices I'll put some effort into. What's up, Pokemar89? Doing good. So in Sonequa versus Universe, she will be silent. If I can get away with Sonequa, like if we could just keep reusing her saying avocado every time, that's cool with me. All right, he needs to connect his beard here. I might have to change this music up in a second because it is boring. I sound like Mario, but I'm not the voice of Mario. All right, let me change this music up real quick. Let's see. Into space? Not that. All right, let's do that. That's fine. That's fine. Hope you guys have a great one. Out of the characters you voice, Eggman and Tails are hilarious. Thanks, Donnie Retro. Appreciate it. Eggman's probably like my favorite one to do because it's all over the place. It's changed a lot from when we first did it. Like I can do it a long time now. Like I used to do How To with Eggman where we'd like stream for like an hour and I'd just be in Eggman's character for the whole time with him drawing. So I kind of like adjusted it. I adjusted it so it doesn't kill my voice the whole time. It's more just like
go high pitch. It can go high pitch, or it can go low.
That sort of thing. So it's like way easier to maintain that for a while. Whereas when I first started it, it was like I had it at like cranked to 11 and it was just murder on my throat. So I had to like chill out on that a lot. Yeah, I mean, Tails is just my normal voice. I'll like, you know, kind of put a little more energy behind it when I'm saying like a line or whatever, you know, like for Tails, but it's just my normal voice, which makes it easy to do. What do their pupils look like? Oh, they kind of look like that. All right.
Yeah, kind of got it right.
I think they're just a little bit taller. Oh, and doubled up. Something like that. Does that seem right? That's good enough. That's good enough with a little bit of a shine. What's up, Roach Tap? Oh, that looks good. I'm gonna do this. Pupil, dad. I don't think you can see it, but I'm just naming symbols. All right, let's make some eyebrows for this dude. He's gonna have some big old angry eyebrows. That's wrong. Too much? Is it too big? It's too big. That's too much. He is not a fox with two tails in real life. Garbage. I know. The veil has been lifted. It's just me. Just me. Dad brow. All right. Oops. Chipping away here, guys. Chipping away. Let's do this. Feels all right. Amazon needs to give me a show. That'd be fun. Can it just be Explosion Jones? I still want to make Explosion Jones. Or more of Explosion Jones. I missed that show. That show was fun and dumb. I like the fake video game ad videos. Yeah, me too. Those were a lot of fun. I served this man pancakes. Yeah, I like those too. We might do like one more. The thing with those, like, I kind of feel like they're not as prevalent anymore. Like, I don't even really see them anymore, which kind of sucks because the whole premise is kind of predicated in like how those things are annoying. Maybe it's just my algorithm or something, like they're just not in my feed anymore, but I used to just see them all the time, which is why, excuse me, we made those, but those were written by me and Ben Joseph, who was, what's going on? Original writer for Dorkly. And we both had that same idea. Like, I was looking for some help with some premises for scripts, and we both had that idea, and so we're like, oh, let's definitely do that then. What are your favorite characters in your videos that you do? Favorite characters? For Sonic for Hire, I love Eggman is great. I love Thunderhead, though. What we made Thunderhead into. One, I was a huge fan of Golden Axe anyway. And I thought Thunderhead was ridiculous before that. So, like, I really wanted to get him into the show. Like, I loved playing Golden Axe, and the fact that his name was like Gilius Thunderhead, was just so fun and weird to me. And he was just like such a weird character. So we eventually just made him into like this weird, like unabashed pervert, and it just makes me laugh, and it's a really fun voice to do. So he's probably my favorite. I love Eggman. I love what we've done with Earthworm Jim too, where he's just like this nerdy, corny guy. He's like, I don't know. He's just a really fun dude. Ass wine drinking sex freak. That's Thunderhead. That and his voice is really fun. Do I have a least favorite character? A least favorite. I mean, that's a good question. I don't know. My gut is Tails. Like Tails is a wet blanket. We made him that on purpose. But a lot of times we use Tails. Like I love Tails, but like out of the group in Sonic for Hire, he's like the least fun. But you just make fun of him the whole time, which is great. But we use him a lot for like exposition, or he's just a wet blanket. He's just sort of there to help move the story along a lot of times. But he's like easy to hate, so it does make it kind of nice. But out of that group, probably him, I guess. Probably him. Probably Tails. All right. I wonder what Doug of the 10 apples. Doug of the 10 apples? I ask every YouTuber this question. How do I become a famous YouTuber? I don't know. I'm not famous. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've gotten to work with like a lot of cool places that helped me personally. So I think it just takes time and a lot of work. YouTube's weird for this sort of stuff. You just sort of like have to work through a lot of working on your stuff to make stuff, and expecting a lot of times where like not a lot of people are going to see your stuff. So it's tricky. It's not an easy thing, but I think like for what we do, so much of it comes from having to make sure that you're consistent with like, we really try to get something new out every week. I don't think he needs 3 of them. Let's do something like this. And just keep putting stuff out there, basically, is kind of it. It's kind of not a great answer, but I don't think there really is like a set way to do it without just doing it. I am famous. Maybe. I do like it when like if I catch like a random Cyanide and Happiness video or something like that, and I'm watching it and reading through the comments, and I've done voices for some of those, and they're like, oh, that's Tails. Maybe that's why I don't feel like it's famous, because it's like that's Tails. That's not Mike. Which works for me. I'm good with that. I'm pretty happy with this dude. He looks annoying. He looks like he's going to be a problem. And he looks like he fits into this world, right? Let's give him a little bit of color. Before I move on to like the body and stuff, let's do the final little litmus test here. Oh, I just fucked it up. Okay. There we go. This guy is getting... I always go with... This is not the right brown, but maybe it is the right brown. This guy kind of looks like Alex Jones. I don't know if that's good or bad or too close. I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about? It kind of looks a lot like Alex Jones. Whoops. I don't know. Did I make him blonde or something? I feel like that's gonna be distracting. It's gonna be too close to like his skin tone. I don't want to spam, I swear, but I'm asking if Arabic dubbing or translation will get added in future videos. Probably. I don't really do much with the dubbing, but I think YouTube has like a new feature that automatically dubs in like a ton of languages. So you should be able to. It should be available. No one. I mean, I'm not talking to no one else. Huge favor. Oh, there's also a huge factor of luck. Yeah, absolutely. Luck is a huge part of it. Yeah. Turning the frog skin. I feel like this looks more like him now. I keep changing the skin, the beard color. Is it the shit? I got. Oh, it's making me laugh so much. Just totally accidentally made Alex Jones. It's cracking me up. Oh shit. Oh man. Am I familiar with Arcade America? I'm not. I don't think I know Arcade America. I feel like it was a Fever Dream. Fever Dream game? Oh, okay. A game? I don't know. I don't think I've heard of it. Alex Jones doing video game conspiracies would be that would be actually hilarious. That is ethereal. It's for those who don't know, like Ethereal's on Discord a lot. Our Discord is through Patreon right now, but we're going to be opening it up to like everybody very soon. We're kind of recrafting some stuff behind the scenes, so it'll be open. So like, we'll try to do more of these streams that go on Twitch, our Twitch channel, and on the Dorkly proper YouTube channel. But Ethereal, let's talk about the Alex Jones conspiracy thing. I don't know if that's a broad enough topic for it, but that is pretty fucking funny. Because that's pretty funny. Jason, what's up? UTX, yes. I am Tails, and I'm accidentally drawing Alex Jones. Maybe he needs like a little. Fuck. How do I get? I don't want this to look like Alex Jones. I don't really know where. What to change here. I don't know. I'm just throwing some like gray. This is too much. That's a bad. I mean, that kind of helps. Just break it up a little bit, right? But I don't want like a full-on gray. That's a bad gray anyway. Just because you have a skill that you think is important doesn't mean that anyone will want to pay you for it. Commission begging is annoying, and the world doesn't owe you anything. Keep the main income. Me, or just in general? Were you talking about let's talk about the Discord? Because that's going to be free. Anyway, back to Alex Jones. back to the conspiracy theory. I think I need to do this. So like the strokes are going to be the skin tone to look like the game. Does it do that for the nose too? All right, cool. It's just like a one set thing for all the. I wonder if this will help. This might help. Or not. I have no fucking idea. Let's see. Oh, just in general? Well, I mean, I get you for sure. The commission stuff is tough, man. Some people, if that's like, if you're ugh, that looks bad. But I get you. Yeah, no, I get you. Boom, 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 boom. Give him gray and he becomes Reed Richards. Oh, man. I've really painted myself into a corner here. Jason, can you do the Sonic Roast for me in the new Dorkly video, please? The Sonic Roasts are part of our Patreon. We try to do them as in like bundles now when we can. I don't remember what the actual tier is, but that's we run it through there as like a perk for people. Let's see. I don't know how I'm feeling about. I guess I guess on the outside of the hair, I got to do it like a darker hair color, but the inside is a skin color. I don't know what the rules are for this game, but that last thing I did looked odd. Oh no, that's all right. That's all right. And the outside's got to be like a darker. 5-hour tennis match. Yikes. This is pretty close to color anyway here. I wish I was faster at sprite art, pixel art. It's just so tedious at times. There we go. How long we've been going here for? 45? Sweet. I need shadows. Yeah, I got to do the shadows for sure. Faux show. In general, I usually do shadows last. After I get like all the other stuff kind of set, then I'll throw those in. But this dude definitely needs it. I might keep the mouth. They do it like that too. All right, might as well just do it like this. Oof. I feel like I'm away from. I feel like that little gray. I'll fix that gray up at some point. It looks weird, but this no longer feels like Alex Jones to me. So I'm feeling okay with this. Anyway, is there any way to support the channel since YouTube membership thing and Patreon are blocked in Iraq? Honestly, just watching is awesome, man. Just like support that way. If you got friends that you think would like our silly stuff, spread the word. It's kind of the best that you can ask for is just word of mouth. Pretty basic. I might do a little bit of shading up here. Uh-oh. Don't you fucking crash on me. Whew. I hate that. I don't know about you guys. I don't have like a whole lot of pet peeves with stuff, but like dealing with software, programs, apps, whatever, like having it crash and you lose work that you lose like a couple hours worth of work or even worse. You got to like redo that shit. That is, I hate that. Redoing something that you've already worked on bugs the hell out of me. Oh, he needs this little eye lines here. Why is this? Oh, that's not lined up. Right. Okay. Ugh. Oops. All right. He's getting there. This guy looks pretty. Oh shit! I gotta fix his forehead lines. All right, this dude looks. The gray is a thing. I almost lost your wife's. Yeah, what's up, Alistair? Island in Animal Crossing. Oof, that'd have been brutal. Do you have any old files from the College Humor days? You should do a video where you go through them. Oh, hell yeah, man. I got, yeah, I literally have all of them. I could definitely do that. That'd be fun. Maybe I'll grab one real quick. Let's see. I got them like off, backed up somewhere like in the cloud, but let me see if I got one hanging around. Be miscellaneous, closed. I'm just on my server right now. 1 sec. Some old ones here. Tweets, end of the world. What's this one? Let's see. Oh, I gotta open that in a different one. Oh, wait. Can you guys see this? Yeah, all right. This one's crazy old. This is from, oh, I reopened it. There's gotta be another one here. 2022, that ain't right. These are old. Definitely older than this. I don't know why they all say 2022. Yeah, whatever. This one was like, this one's at least 12 years old at least. This is one, I wrote this one. Ooh, I don't know if you guys can hear that sound, but I'm gonna fucking mute it. So it's just Alex Jones again. I feel like it's away from Alex Jones. I don't know. I feel like the little gray there helps a bit. And I'll make sure that his voice isn't like, this is Alex Jones. That wasn't a bad Alex Jones just off the top of my head. So this one was, these files are gonna be probably a little bit effed up here because this is like a crazy old one in a new version of Flash. Yeah, the ducks are missing. But this was one, it was just like a behind the scenes. Oh, it's all fucked up. Let me open it up in a different one. Let me see. At least in the 2022 one. Why did they change the Dorkly logo? When I took it over 3 years ago, it was changed already to like that new version, which I like. The original one was just like that flat pixel one. That's just college humor, just wanting to update stuff. All right, let's see if I just save this thing. Save as. I'll sound stupid, but you sound too similar. I sound like all my voices sound similar. I wouldn't argue that at all. I would agree with that. It's like a crazy skill to do a bunch of voices and like they all sound different. So this is that file. I just had to fix some stuff. So this is like old stuff. This is one that I'd written for College Humor, like way back when. And it was just sort of like a behind the scenes, what happens like behind the scenes in a video game. And I'll show you. Wait, you guys can see this, right? All right, cool. So, excuse me. This is an older setup. Ours are a little bit easier to work through now, but like this is the basic setup of a file. So this is probably bad because I think I have all the audio split up. Let's see. So, wait, why is this shut off? Do I just have it? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is old because the way we used to do camera moves. So see how it starts in tight and then we pull back to reveal the rest of the scene. It's all in this one layer, but inside this is like all the other layers animated. Now you can do it with just a camera tool, which is way easier. But before that, we used to have to like animate everything first, put all that shit into like its own little graphic, put that graphic back on the timeline, and then tween the whole graphic to make camera moves. So like it worked, but it was just another whole piece of the puzzle to mess with. But this is like how we set up a file. Really basic. I'll just shut everything off first. Like background layer, right? So it's just all these different pieces that we had done. I think like me, Chase, oh man, maybe it was just me and Chase, maybe Alex too, probably Alex worked on parts of this. And then we have like each character's like on their own layer. and you just have it split it up so that like this dude isn't really doing anything here. So we just have him like kind of look like he's talking and blinking. Nothing crazy. You just do that for all these characters in the background. And then you got this one dude flying in on the side. So you're just kind of just like piecing everything together. But there's a lot going on, right? And then you got the dog in the front. And the dog was something like, you know, obviously we had to make this body type and stuff. Because it doesn't exist like that. It doesn't stand up upright and all that kind of shit. Me watching this video while trying to install Windows XP on my Intel laptop and remove Windows 10 from it. That's a lot going on. Is there any way to access the old Dorkly logos? Yeah, but like they're trademarked and stuff. I mean, you could probably pull them online if you go to like the Wayback Machine. I have ones here too, but like I don't usually do anything with them. Are there rigs for Angry Birds in your more recent appearance? Tetris Afterlife video, that stuff. Yeah, those were all the same. We try to do that as much as possible. I'm gonna go back to Alex Jones here. Let me know if you guys want to see that one again. We try to do that as much as possible. If we have a rig, we'll reuse that thing as much as we can because like production is so fast on these. So for those latest ones, like the podcast one, and the Tetris Afterlife one, those were definitely the same. I think probably for the podcast one, I think I went in and just updated some stuff because it was like a little bit wonky how I set it up a billion years ago. But yeah, we do that as much as we can. Anytime you can reuse something to save you like an hour or so of re-rigging or drawing something, we definitely do it. Even stuff like this, like me making this dad here is usually something we'll kind of try to avoid because the turnaround time is just way too fast sometimes. So like, you know, this I'm kind of speeding through, but you know, we'll generally try to just like reuse as much stuff as we can. Hey Carol, will we ever release the official rigs of characters? Yeah, there was stuff that we wanted to do. Like I'm totally fine with that. I think I shared a Sonic for Hire work file with somebody a couple times. Stuff like that. Like I don't mind that at all. I mean, especially like, you know, those are characters that we don't own. It's Sonic, it's Tails, it's Robotnik and stuff. Even though there's like customized with like his underwear and shit like that. You know, those were ripped by sprite artists, or they were made by sprite artists. Those were ripped by other people, and like some were customized too. So like, you know, they're not really like ours to hoard. The ones that like I probably wouldn't, especially now too, because like I own Dorkly now, so like it's less of a stress. Like I would be totally fine sharing those. Early on, like when we were making those for College Humor, like as a client, like I probably wouldn't share those files because that's like College Humor paid me to make that stuff. So it wouldn't be right to like technically those are their files, but now they're mine. So I'd be totally fine with that. Same with like I don't know the process of it, and honestly, making like a sprite sheet out of Flash is a pain in the butt. I'm just going. I don't like these grays. I'm gonna fix them up. But like putting sprites on Spreader's resource, if we could, I don't know the process of it. And it's a pain to kind of make out of Flash, but like, if I can do it properly and go through the right channels and stuff for it, like I would do that too. For some of those custom ones that like Alex has made over the years and things like that. What's up, Dion? Sonic for Hire is coming back. Yeah, it's in production. What's up, Bloodbath? Sonic for Hire is in production. We released episode 9, I forget, 9, like a couple months ago on Dorkly. They live on Dorkly now. And I'm working on episode 10. It's just slow going because of other Dorkly stuff that I need to do and like client work and stuff. I might just stop doing. I keep messing with the fucking gray in the beard. That's fine. I I don't like it. It's probably gonna change by the time you guys see it this week. But screw it. All right, I'm gonna make this dude's just whole head like that. Let me move to the rest of his body. Oh, let's see. Dorkly archaeology. We're just talking through old files, talking about the good old days. That'd be cool. I feel like I do that every once in a while. Like if I'm looking for an old file or reference, like if a client is asking, like if we can do a project in a certain style, then I'll dig through an old thing and show them an old project, like some old WWE stuff or College Humor stuff, machinima, any of that kind of stuff. Going through the old archives is fun. The craziest part, it's like, it doesn't seem that long ago, but it's like, I worked on that project 17 years ago or something horrifying. And it doesn't seem like that much time has passed. All right, that's going to be totally fine for this dude's body because he's just going to be standing there. Don't really have to have him do anything crazy. Just clean up these lines. I gotta pick a different color. Yeah, maybe I'll give him a... Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Let's see. Give him a tank top. I don't want him to seem, we'll see. I'll see what it looks like. I kind of want to give him like he's there for his kid, this character, which I haven't written yet, but I have a pretty good plan for it. But he's like the wife beater tank top kind of implies like a little bit of like a deadbeat dad. But this dude is going to be there. He's just way too into it. That's kind of what's happening in this one particular sketch. So we'll see. My only thought is that if we go with the tank top, it's going to make it seem like he's a bit of a deadbeat. But we'll see. It'll be an easy enough thing to change. What I was thinking was like he's wearing like... that's the other part of this thing too, is that he's sort of living vicariously through his kid. When is Sonic for Hire season 3? We're on like season 9. What was Sonic for Hire season 3? I don't remember. Did they go back in time? I don't remember. I don't remember the progression of it. He isn't there for his kid, is why he's making that. Yeah. No, he's here to live vicariously through his son. He's taking this way too serious. He's got like stats kept on his kid and stuff. So he's in it, but he's just way too in it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, okay. Season 3 was the Mafia, right? And was that Sonic on Ice? I can't remember. I was rewatching some of the Space season, whichever one that one was. That one makes me laugh. Yeah, Sonic on Ice. Oh, that one's so dumb. I say dumb in a loving way. Let's get near. Mario Multiverse. Space Chicken. No, I haven't. Will Pokemon Rusty come back at one point? There's a ROM hack that's hilarious. Holy shit. Honestly, Pokemon Rusty will more than likely not come back because the writers for it, like I wouldn't want to write it. I would want to bring the original writers back because it's very much in their voice and stuff. And all those guys are very busy and doing bigger things. So it'd be tough. Like Caldwell, Owen Parsons, Andrew Bridgman. I mispronounced his name. But yeah, that would be fun. It's such a perfectly dumb show in the best way. But I think that team is all scattered to the winds. Is that ROM hack like? Can you do Rusty type stuff, or is it like it's Rusty? Like, how's it set up? Yeah, right. It's it's sort of like it was probably on this channel the most it was definitely the most popular series that Dorkly had done. So, and it ran its course, and then they had what was the other one? Rusty and why am I blanking on it? The second like series that they did, and that one was like that one was still very good, but it just wasn't as huge. It would have been fun to do. Bodybuilders would have been fun, but that kind of all came about at the same time as when College Humor like died. So that kind of got left behind in a bad spot. The V can go down further. Gotcha. It's the whole story fully playable. That's fucking hilarious. If anybody's curious, the reason why I paint in these blocks and then delete them instead of just erasing is because the erase tool on this pixel tool kind of stinks. It's not great. So I kind of find that like just painting it in and then erasing it, it's a little bit more reliable. Don't you fucking do it. Save. Let's just do it like that. Let's just not have the boob there. Don't need the boob. All right. Fix up this chest and then I'll get to the collar. And then I gotta do the mouths and stuff. I might not do the mouths today. I might do the arms. Oh yeah, the what did they call it? Badman? No. Maybe they did call it Badman. I'm thinking of like Badman and Peterman. Yeah, those were really funny. They were close at one point, like a few years ago. We were working with College Humor or Dropout. I guess it was Dropout at that point. And they were trying to bring back. They wanted to do like a Batman the Animated Series style version of that show or that character. But it kind of fizzled out. All right, let's see. Maybe I'll start the V-neck. I kind of want to hide the collar, so I'm going to do the V-neck like this, maybe. Push it over a little bit. Cool. Try that. Almost. Let's change this music. There's only so many 100 times I can listen to this. Bad Man? That sounds about right. Was I listening to this one already? I don't know. Who knows? The thing with Holmes is he needs the other guy, the red-haired guy. Yeah. Shoot, I forget his name. They're very funny together. I agree. All right. This collar's feeling better. I just got to clean it up a little bit here. Save. Come on. What's going on? There we go. That's better. Party Boy? I don't know what Party Boy is. Is that a song? All right. Getting there, guys. Getting there. Oh, boy. And I got client work to do tonight for tomorrow. Busy week. And then vacation in a couple weeks. It'll be like a couple weeks where I don't stream, but Justin streams a couple times a week at night. For those who don't know Justin, he does Shuckle Quest comics. He's been a Dorkly comic writer and artist for a long time. Funny dude, funny, talented dude. But he'll do like live streams a couple nights a week, and over on Twitch, and probably start doing them here as well. I don't know if I need that double collar. So he'll do like he'll draw comics during the stream, or he also loves playing particularly bad video games. Kind of just take like a crapshoot and start playing some weird ones. But so he likes to mix it up a bit, which is cool. So he does that a couple times a week. So you guys at least get that stuff during the week. So I'm just focusing on this. I feel like I'm not doing it right. Yeah, Justin's the best. He's a funny dude. Multi-talented. I like watching him draw his comics because he does it super fast. I feel like I work fast sometimes, but like drawing can be slow, but he just like jams through that stuff. It's awesome. All right, I feel like I've lost Alex Jones in this. I feel like I'm good. Yeah, hey, what's up, Nick? The movie one was like so perfect. He wrote that one, and when he'll pitch it to me, like he'll just make like a paragraph kind of describing what's going on. I was like, this is perfect. Everything about it hit all like the perfect tropey, jokey beats. What's he do here? Okay, that's going to be the same color. Excuse me. Burp. Let's do the shadow. Justin, hey there. What's up? The stream's been a while. See the new Dorkly crew. What's going on, man? Thanks for stopping by. Just doing some Sunday streaming. We've been doing like live streams on Twitch for the past couple months, and now we're just trying out simulcasting on YouTube as well. The past couple weeks we did the Lowbrow channel, and then today, partly on accident, I was going to do the Lowbrow channel, but then I was like, oh shit, I did the Dorkly one. Yeah, he'll have a hairy chest. I kind of like accidentally logged into this one, and I was like, oh, well, let's give it a shot. I think we're good here, though. Let's see. Trying to do like a list. I don't know, a little, maybe just like little spots like this with some curls. This is what's like tricky about pixel art. That's pretty good. I don't mind that. Is like, you got to try to make this shit work in 3 pixels, 2 pixels, whatever. And if you do a little too much or whatever, it just kind of messes with the look. Like that, I feel like now it's too high up there, right? Now it feels like he's got like bugs on him or some shit. So you just want to like keep it balanced away from his chin. That feels a little bit better. Baseball is his life. So he's gonna have like, I guess I'll make the collar. I kind of want him to have, I don't know if I'm kind of by default making it this kid's dad. I don't know his name. So I kind of want to just like have he's got like a triple XL, but it's like still like a kid's large. So it's small and doesn't really fit him. Oh, is this gonna be too close to the? That's all right. I was gonna say it's too close to the chest hair color, which it is kind of, but whatever. Yeah. Some tan lines in there. Get that going. Oof. Oof, my goof. He's getting there. He kind of just looks like an older version of this kid. All right, got that. I gotta make, you know what, let me do this. You're going to be that color. Cool. Yeah, I'll get some pit stains in there. I'll do the arms. I'm gonna build the arms first, so then I have an idea of like where his actual armpits are. But yeah, definitely some pit stains. I'll do like the shorter, like it's too small for him, so the sleeves will be up, and then you can see a little bit of like the farmer stand. Doing great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I was watching my favorite Dorkly classics on YouTube, the Peach versus Bowser, Koopa voting episode, Blue Shell Koopa, Koopa social distancing. Classics. What's up, Kendra? Yeah, it's funny seeing like the different sort of like eras of Dorkly when certain writers were doing a lot of the writing, that sort of stuff. When it was all Pokedex stuff, literal Pokedex, like for, I don't even know, they did so many in a row. It's crazy. That was like Andrew Bridgman doing all those. You know, it kind of just changed with the writers, which was a lot of fun. Now you guys are stuck with me. So I'm just building out this arm in pieces. I do like upper arm and lower arm, so that I can kind of just drawing it so that it's rigged already. Something like that. Right, so there's like his, let me get rid of this. It's got like the real short sleeve, so it's like up high on the shoulder, so you can see a lot of like the, get some good farmer stand in there. I like Dorkly Sonic because he's a version of me, so I can be the Dorkly version if I want. I know. It's funny. I get the crossover stuff, like because Dorkly Sonic is Sonic for Hire Sonic, but he's technically Machinima Sonic, which because Sonic for Hire existed on Machinima, and we just happened to be the same team that was doing Sonic for Hire and making stuff for Dorkly. So like sometimes we would have like so that's why some of the early Dorkly stuff has a different voice actor. It'd be like Brian Murphy or anybody else, because technically they were like two different universes, but now it's like we're all melded together. Hairy arms too. Yeah, I'll try to get that in there. So, Vergos. This is Adobe Animate, or as I like to call it, Flash. I'm drawing out a character for this week's Dorkly bit, and I started out in Photoshop, just kind of building them out. Oh, I gotta fix these too. And now I'm just kind of tracing over and getting things cleaned up in Flash. There's Windows 11. I mean, it's as basic as it, this is the Pixel tool is built for this to be super simple. What am I doing here? So definitely it has that vibe. You guys like me burping into the microphone every 5 seconds? All right. So here's the base of the arm, right? Maybe I'll put a little bit of a red. No, he doesn't even have it. All right, cool. So let's get those pit stains in there. Let's see what we're working with here. That's too green. You have a 1988 state champions tattoo. What's oh, he does? Wait. Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about you do. I was like, wait a minute, what? I don't understand what's going on, but I will leave later. I'll be drawing Dorkly Sonic fan art. Nice. Gotta love fan art. Oof, these are that is a heavy pit stain. That is too much. That's going up into his neck. Let's pull this. Let's rein this in a little bit. Let's see let's find a sweet spot. Hang on, I gotta color those in. Let's try Pixel Cut on iPad or Pixaki. I'm dying to try some new pixel art apps. I don't have an iPad though, so like it's one of those things too where like because Dorkly is such a fast turnaround, we have to be like in the right zone for trying out new stuff and like testing out new stuff, because if it takes too much time during the week, then we're like get ourselves in trouble. All right, so it's subtle for now, but like when he moves his arm, it'll be revealed. Have I thought about opening up a PO box? Maybe the armpit fat fold thing that goes under the man boob. Yeah, like a thing right here, kind of daily. I think I'll add some more details. Yeah, a PO box? No, I haven't thought of that. And let me get this thing cleaned up first before I start fixing color. I forget what it was. You guys see any of those game trailers that came out past couple days? There's that crazy one, Ill. Let me see that. It looks like a Resident Evil type kind of game, but the monsters are in it are so freaking nasty looking. Just like realistic dead bodies. It's crazy looking. Azaster. Yeah, man. That's what's crazy about pixel art, is like really making sure all that stuff makes sense. 20 Xbox games will look really good on my PlayStation. Was it? I don't even really know. Was it all Xbox games? I gotta fix that. I was trying to make this sleeve. It's gonna be a different color anyway. What's up, Tyrannia? What's up? On the far right, next to his neck, have his chest hair come out a little bit. On the far right. Over here. All right, I'll jump back over to that. I'm in arm mode. How'd you guys brought back your PVC parody? Yeah, I loved playing Plants vs. Zombies, and then with The Last of Us season 2 coming out and stuff, which I was a big fan of the game, and season 1, I was like, I'm gonna do something for that, because that original video is like the most popular Dorkly video, I think, with like 30 million or something crazy, which is wild. And so I was like, I'll do something here. So I made a clicker version of one of the regular zombies, and then I think after I posted that, a fan sent me a Flash file, an Adobe Animate file, with like every character in it rigged up and everything. It was like the perfect, like exact sort of thing that you would hope for production, because it's all like getting that stuff set up, especially for that game, is tough. And all that shit was already done. It was like animation, like walk cycles in it and stuff. It was awesome. So that video did really well. That Last of Us one, and then started doing some other ones, and they did okay. The last couple ones that we've done have kind of bombed, so probably gonna hold off on doing more of those for a little bit. But I love doing those. They're easier to make because we have all that stuff from that person, and they're fun to do as well. But like they just don't. The last couple have kind of bombed. Like the views have been kind of low, so it's tough. Like trying to do more of those things, knowing that it's not really going to do well, is a tough pill to swallow. I don't know what it would take. Like if I had more available time, I'd love to just get like a new console, any kind of console, and just play more video games. I play them out of pure work necessity for like getting games, getting like just getting inspiration for games, or like some ideas and stuff or reference for stuff. That's kind of it. But I'd love to actually play them. Our last few videos have not shown up on our feed. I got to go look on your page. Yeah, I don't know how YouTube works anymore. Like, I guess I kind of do. I mean, it's like algorithm stuff where it's like YouTube doesn't think that you'll like that video, basically. I'm sure I'm oversimplifying it a billion times over, but like, basically it's like it's trying to find the right video for the viewer, for you guys, for the audience. And it will see like, we'll post a video. We post one every week, every Thursday or Friday. And YouTube will be like, I don't know if he's going to like this. So we're just not going to tell you that it's out. But if like it does well, then YouTube's like, all right, well, maybe I'll show you this one. Like, a few days later or something like that. It's kind of how it works. Now, I know they tweak it all the time. And I'm sure I've got a lot of those details wrong, but that's basically how it works. So that's why so many, like, even like we have to do it too. Like thumbnails and title are super important because like if people aren't clicking on your video, then YouTube doesn't think people care about it. So like, if the title sounds clickbaity, the thumbnail's a little bit clickbaity, like it's because of the algorithm shit. So it's all those little hoops you got to jump through. Oops. Oops. Oopsie doodle. Boom, 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 boom. Boink. Look at that. We got a dude who looks angry here. Oh, sorry if old stuff is taboo, but I recently got into Clocksuckers and assumed Tanner's one of those characters that just goes by their surnames because like it's his mom is Ellen Tanner. What's his first name? I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't think we ever say it. Or I don't even know if we made a last name for him. He doesn't look angry, just really disappointed. Yeah, I'll give him more pissed off eyebrows during the animation. I don't think we ever gave him one because I think the mom's like, Tana. So like the mom's calling him by the last name, which doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah, I don't think we ever gave him an actual name. And I don't think I've ever thought of it until you brought it up. Let's see if I can get away with just duplicating this arm or if it's going to look dumb. Let's see. I'll buy it. That's cool. I'll buy that. Maybe I'll adjust it a little bit, but that saves a little bit of time. He had a scholarship. I had a scholarship. And then your mom got pregnant with you. And then I got arrested. I actually dislike YouTube for doing that. I hate getting those same 30 videos showing up refresh after fresh. Yeah, it's weird. YouTube is just very different. I mean, whatever trends are driving it and stuff now, but it's like, if I I'll watch like what's that one dude? He's insanely popular, but it's just a random thing. It's Beard Meets Food. It's just those like competitive eater guys. Like I'll watch one or two of those in a row as like background stuff because they're like short and they're just entertaining enough and like whatever. But now that's like all I get on YouTube. It's like, oh, you like those ones? Here's every video you've ever made. Sonic for High might be your favorite web series ever. Well, that's fantastic. Happy to hear that. Thanks. It's not one that I thought would really. I loved the idea, but I didn't really think it would like take off like it did. It was crazy. So I'll probably just make like 1 or 2 more arms for this dude, like when I'm animating him. But I'm not going to go crazy with it. It's kind of like the point of this is like to make it feel a little bit lo-fi, like he's not really supposed to be part of the game, but he's just in there. But I'll probably do the standard couple of arms, like those kind of things. What's this? Maybe he's divorced and the mom yells from the house, "How many times have I told you you're not welcome at this?" I mean, off-screen voiceover without animating always works for me. That is funny too. One of the logistical things that we're running into now is like female voice actors for Dorkly. It's AJ and Julia, neither of which are like in-house really all the time. AJ's really in the studio maybe twice a week. Julia lives out of state now. So it's tougher to like get the timing right for female voices in the show. So when we do it though, it's like it takes more pre-planning to make sure that everybody's around for it. This dude's got Homer Simpson pants on. Whoops. That's all right. Honest mistake. What are the games you guys plan to make a parody of? I'm curious on how Doom would look in a Dorkly parody. Doom would be hilarious. We had done it's not the same, but what's the one? Why am I blanking on it? The one with like Hitler, like robot Hitler at the end. Wolfenstein. That one was in like a realistic or power mix-up one, I think, at one point. The hard part with a lot of these things is like we're so reliant on existing sprites and like the good graces of sprite people like ripping sprites and stuff too. So like if those aren't available, it just makes it hard to. He's wearing gray sweatpants. Absolutely. Oops. It makes it harder to like put those into production with enough time. During the week to like get it all done. So games like Doom, you really need to make sure that like you've got all the assets in place. Like you have all this stuff to kind of execute your idea, you know? Because if you don't have enough of the actual like material, you're kind of stuck. You can make some stuff, but like there might not be enough time during the week. Dude's got a straight up Homer Simpson body now. So it gets tough like that. But Doom would be really funny. And it's still a possibility that we could do it. It would just be making sure that we have the assets and stuff in place. Yeah, Wolfenstein. Thanks, guys. This is that camera tool I was talking about. So much better. You can just move it around, zoom in, zoom out. You can control it like that. So you have like a timeline here. And it just works like this. You can just make like a little tween. So this keyframe is this. Move it over here and then you can zoom. And it zooms. Very helpful. Clear. Cool. Oh, this guy looks good. I think aside from the other details and some cleanup and stuff, I'm going to call this guy set. Let's see, Kendra, you posted on the community. Oh, on the community page. Let me see. I'm just working my way over to our community page. If you guys haven't, we also released a new episode of podcast today, this afternoon, talking about Ghostbusters the whole time. Kendra, where is it? Where'd you post it? Slug shit. Sorry, Mike, I missed the beginning of the stream. What Adobe Suite element is that? It doesn't look like Photoshop or Premiere. This is Adobe Animate. We've been using it forever to make all our stuff. Back when it used to be called Macromedia Flash, then Adobe Flash, then Adobe Animate. Or was it ever? Whatever. Oh, your community. Gotcha. Can you post it on ours? I don't know where yours. I'm like in the middle of the stream. See, this is where I'm looking forward to having our Discord like wide open to people instead of just behind the Patreon paywall. Because I would love to have everybody hanging out over there. All right, let's see. I'm gonna move over to something different now. So a little bit of client work if you guys want to check out some different shit. So I didn't do these designs. This is a totally different project. These were done by a different artist, Delara. And it's a fairly simple project, but the first thing I need to do is kind of clean up these mouths. She had done these in a different program in Illustrator. And when you bring them over, that's the same. All right. When you bring them over into Flash, like a lot of shit just kind of gets messy. So I just want to clean this stuff up a little bit to make it a little bit easier to adjust and animate. You do your animation in Photoshop? It's mostly hand-drawn, frame by frame, classic stuff. For classic hand-drawn stuff, I honestly wouldn't recommend Adobe Animate all that much to animators. I recommend it to people who are like interested in learning about animation because it's like it's kind of easier to pick up than some of the other software. For like hand-drawn stuff, Toon Boom Harmony is awesome for hand-drawn. It's really built for it, you know, with just like a lot of, I say that knowing that Toon Boom Harmony is very pricey. Adobe Animate is cheaper for sure. That's another reason why I kind of recommend it for people who are just kind of learning. So it's not this big like commitment. But Flash is just not a great, I keep calling it Flash. Whenever I say Flash, I mean Adobe Animate. It's just not on par with like newer stuff. You can definitely animate frame by frame stuff in here and it'll look okay, but like the drawing tools aren't great in Flash. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure this out. And they're just better in like Harmony. Drawing tools in Harmony are really nice, or in Toon Boom. I always forget. One of them is the company. I just call it Toon Boom Harmony. Animating in Photoshop, that's going to be tedious, yeah? Hey, Judy, paying for software, especially as a subscription. I know, it sucks. I'm very interested in Moho, which is, I'm saying this with like knowing it's not exactly like Toon Boom Harmony, but in terms of like animation and rigging and stuff, it's pretty cool. And currently, it is just like a pay once thing, and you actually own the software, which is such a rarity nowadays. But it looks really cool, and it seems like it's easy-ish to pick up. Probably a little bit more difficult than Flash, but it looks pretty cool. I don't know if anybody's checked it out, but like, watch some of those videos on Moho, and it's pretty neat. Animating Photoshop is torture to me, but I need the pixel perfect control, otherwise the style doesn't work. You do pixel animation? I do like drawing. I know I didn't do it in here because I kind of wanted to go straight into rigging, but I was doing it just the other day for something. I was doing pixel animation or pixel art in Photoshop, and then I was adjusting. I had to adjust like Zangief, and that 16-bit's like so intense that it's kind of easier to do that in Photoshop. And then I bring it into Flash, and then you break it down that way and stuff. Should animate a video using software from the 90s. Oh my God. I don't even know what I would use from the 90s. I would use like that Spider-Man game or whatever it was where you can animate those dudes. The ones that we use for like JJJ and Peter Parker. I used to fucking love that. It was so cheesy and great. I was trying to find like I wasn't trying too hard, but I was trying to find like a playable version online and just mess around with that. That thing was so much fun. Somebody's telling me that Dorkly Sonic is the one that looks like me. Should I trust him or should I meet him? You should. Anything with Sonic for Hire Sonic, I don't think you should trust. Sonic is a bad influence. One question. Where do the monkey physics come in during the equation? It's a plugin. Thankfully, back when we first started, you had to hand calculate the monkey physics. If anybody doesn't know, that is my first series, college, university monkey professor. We used to sell these like monkey professor decals that go on like car windows, or I don't even know if they were meant to go in car windows. Just these stickers. And my mother-in-law liked it. She didn't really know what the show was. She just liked the monkey, and she put it on the back of her car. And one day she got pulled over because the police officer liked the monkey and wanted to know where it was from. And I was like, well, I hope that police officer's ready to get confused. Oh, you still have one of those stickers? Holy shit. I think I have some. I think I had, hang on, let me see. No, I thought I had it. I thought I had a pile there. Instead, I broke off Miles Morales' arm. What's up, Eternal Genesis? Hey, everybody. Hey, Sarah. Thanks for joining. All right. I'm going to wrap it up in about 10 minutes. Try to finish some of these things. What's up, Bob? The fishing booth. What's up? I don't even have see frisbee floating around somewhere. Never did get a Kushlash ball. I have one Kushlash ball. That's all I've got left. I have one. I don't know. Actually, I did. What a weird fucking time. I don't even remember what college it was. I don't remember how this even came about. For anybody who doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about, my old series, College University, we made up a game. This is a real game that my brother and I and Michael William made up called Kushlash. It involves like a football and a hammock, and you play it on the 4th of July, and there's a point system for throwing the football in the hammock. Doesn't get much more complicated than that. But we made that into an episode of College University, and we made these little promotional footballs with like a logo on it and stuff, these little rubberized red footballs. And I bought a ton of them, and a college was doing like a freshman orientation thing. I wish I remember what college it was. I want to say it was in Canada. And they were like, can we have like a box of them? And I shipped a whole box of them there, and I never heard from them again. I don't know what they gave them out. So there was a bunch of confused college freshmen that had these football that had no association with their school at all. And I'm sure they just got like thrown away, just buried in some landfill in Canada. There's a bunch of Kushlash footballs. Can somebody give this guy some money? Can't get my card connected to my YouTube account. He deserves money and didn't ask for it once. Thanks, SG. I appreciate it, bud. Need a video of Black Widow looking sad and the Avengers asking why she's sad, and her replies that her movie sucks. We had one, I think it got taken down. It might be on our Patreon. I don't know if it is. Where it was like an Avengers orgy. It got pulled from YouTube for good reason. But it had something to do with like Black Widow in there. Thanks for stopping by, Eternal. Seriously, Mike, see you will forever be in my friends' group's vernacular until the day we all die. That show, man, that still means a lot to all of us. Thanks. Thanks, guy. I appreciate it, man. That was a very fun time, man. Yeah, binge those videos, man. Watch them all. Do I animate at 24, 30, or 60? 24. I used to do, when I didn't know what I was doing, I used to do it at 12. So like the early College University stuff was at like 12, because I was like, it's less frames for me to worry about, but it looked like crap. And then I was like doing it at 18 or something like that when I felt a little bit more comfortable. It was such a weird frame rate. But now like for our client stuff, sort of that industry standard is 24. Frame rate mismatch if it's 24. A lot of times, like if there's like a mismatch with stuff, if I've got like an older file and it's animated at 12 or something like that, I'll just let it go. And then I'll export it as normal. And then like in a media encoder or any of those sort of like processing apps that you do afterwards, and like bring it into Premiere for like final editing and stuff, you can kind of just reset that frame rate. It's not an exact science by any means, but it'll stay close. And it'll at least be a little bit more cohesive in that way. But like for older stuff, I don't bother changing it. And if it's like newer stuff, it's mostly 24. Sometimes people ask for 30, but either way, it's usually between those two, mostly 24. WWE was like 24, but they wanted it delivered at 60 for some reason. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to fake it. And it was never an issue. Hey, Thomas. You're a massive legend. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, man. I remember the first bit of voice acting I ever did was pretending to dub over Sonic for Hire as a 12-year-old. Alberto, that's fucking awesome. Do you remember what it was? Were you voicing over Sonic? Thanks, Maxine. Appreciate it. Mike, do you ever have established FPS differentials within the scene? Within the scene, no. No, I mean, the most that we do is like, I guess it's not really FPS, but it's really like if I'm animating on twos or ones or twos or fours. And for anybody who doesn't know, it's like every keyframe, like ones, it's like every keyframe is a different pose or drawing or whatever. Twos, it's every two, that kind of thing. I know there's that famous thing that was broken down in Spider-Verse where it's Peter Parker and Miles are swinging through, escaping from Oscorp, right? Or wherever it was. And like Peter's on ones because it's nice and smooth, and Miles is on twos or he's on fours maybe because it feels jittery, that kind of thing. I'll do similar-ish things like that, but it's really not for any kind of artistic purpose. It's really just like it fits better for the character kind of thing. Somebody please tell me why Mario's not allowed in the castle. Because he was going to take a Luigi on the carpet, a number 2. Animating retro videos in 60 FPS doesn't make sense. The animations in the games were only a few FPS, higher frame rates. Yeah, because like Alex goes really far with that. He'll animate stuff on like 4. Sometimes it's almost too choppy. I'll keep it on 2s. And then if like they're running, I'll tween it so it's just like on 1s, but then I'll kind of break it down so it's on 2, so it at least is not gliding or sliding. Stuff like that. Waiting for me to be a Bluey character. It's because I can't do an Australian accent, that's why. Coins ringed and had to eat one of those cute little squirrels for dinner last night. Oh, I love it. That coins rings thing was me just fucking up and like not catching it, that I called them what was even the right one? I called them coins, right? And he's letting loose rings. Yeah. That was totally a mistake. We did that so many times in the early Sonic for Hire stuff where I just like screwed up. I was like, oh shit. And then comments would call it out like crazy. We're like, we'll just lean into it and just call it out ourselves next time. And it kind of became a part of the show. All right, so I've got, let's see. Now that I've got her kind of set up, what I'm doing here, this is just an animatic here. This is a totally different project. This is a client work stuff. Normally I don't show client work stuff, but this is like a little bit more casual. So I'm just setting up stuff in this file here. Do you have to draw any smears? Yeah, Alex does smears like crazy. Well, not like crazy, but he started doing like a few years ago, which is really neat. He'll just kind of throw them in where just like an arm movement, and he'll just like, all of our stuff is graphics in Flash, and then our scale is like 1 pixel to 1 pixel. So you can just paint with pixels and they'll be to scale and pixel perfect with everything in Flash, the way we have things set up. So like he'll animate like an arm movement and then he'll just paint on top of it just like a couple frames of a smear, and then that's it. How late am I streaming? I'm actually gonna wrap up in like 2 minutes probably. We're going on 2 hours. Yeah, I have a theory that Peach keeps cake and everyone just kidnapped. That's not bad. I think the best joke in Dorkly has been Sonic taking over Mario's world when you pan over to Crash. Yeah, that was a last second addition, I think. Give her chest hair stains. Everybody gets them. Let's see. Let me just I'm going to set up this file, and then I'm going to call it a stream, guys. This was super fun. it's, let me hang on 1 second. Sorry. This was super fun though. It was great, like getting to chat with everybody, showing off some of the stuff that we get to do. Always fun. So appreciate you guys hanging out. I'll definitely do this. I'll be here next Sunday. Yeah, next Sunday. Justin does weeknights, a couple nights a week. We'll try to post a schedule and stuff. Thanks, Kendra. Thanks for stopping in. So I'm gonna just set this file up so we get it set and then call it a stream, folks. Jumping around. This was productive. Got a character done. Fixed this character's mouth. Setting up a file that I gotta animate later. All good stuff. Cool. Thanks, Kite, man. I appreciate it. It's nice to still be able to do stuff like this. Making dumb, silly stuff, and I say dumb in the nicest way possible. I love it. All right, y'all. Thanks again. This was a stream sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. This stream was sponsored by, let's see, who do I got? Game Sir or Gamer Subs? Gamer Subs or Control. One of those ones that we have like a thing with. Nord, I know it is. Well, in a couple of weeks it's gonna be NordVPN. That's one of our sponsors. That's like the standard, right? Why am I leaving? I've been streaming for 2 hours. I gotta go. And it should be sponsored by College University. Exactly. All right, y'all. Catch you next week.